played for another 2 hours and not scored.
Here we go. Welcome to the Pompey Pod with Mike, Dan, and Tolly outside the Tricorn. Loving it.
Oh, yeah.
How we doing, gents? You good?
Yeah, not bad, you?
Good, yeah. All good.
Very good.
All right, so two home games to talk about this week. Yielded 1 point, scored 0 goals for us. Let's briefly talk about Millwall, shall we? What was your thoughts on the Millwall game? Was it a case that we couldn't break them down, or was it a case that they were just very resilient and hit us with a sucker punch?
I thought Millwall were pretty good. As I said, I think they did a pretty good job on us. I thought they were solid at the back, good going forward. I thought they were the best team that we've played for a while at Fratton Park.
They kind of bypassed the press as well, didn't they?
I think they were very well organised, very well disciplined in defence, and we didn't really we had a couple of decent chances, didn't really take them, but didn't really have that much, really, did we?
No.
We
had all our players come back though, didn't we? The ones that were rested.
Yeah, I think that was most people's biggest issue, wasn't it? Is the fact that we rested everyone for West Brom, and obviously you then got to go and win those games. And if you're going to,
it worked against who was it? Who was it that worked against where we came back and won? Swansea, wasn't it? Was it the Swansea game?
We lost to Bristol City, and then we came back and we beat after them, wasn't it?
Yeah, so whatever, yeah. And
it got a few people's backs up, didn't it?
Yeah, if it works, it's all right, but. Yeah, if it don't.
I feel like I might have jinxed Matt Ritchie a little bit because last week I was praising him for his delivery, and against Millwall, his delivery wasn't very good, was it?
No.
A couple of free kicks, he had good opportunities, and it went out for a throw-in or something.
Yeah, it's just one of those games, wasn't it? I think I still thought people looked leggy and tired, even though they'd had their rest. I thought Bishop was a little bit off it. I thought Lang was a little bit kind of, like you say, Ritchie's delivery and kind of didn't have the same sort of energy. But was that because Millwall were playing through us? They didn't mess around with playing it around at the back, did they? Just went straight, fairly direct, weren't they?
Yeah, I think I'm surprised more teams don't do that, really, because they know that that's what our game plan is, isn't it? Play the high press, try and stop you playing out from the back. And we're quite dodgy with balls over our centre backs. So I'm surprised more teams don't do it. But yeah, they did it pretty well, didn't they?
I think the goal was their goal. It was just annoying because we had so many players out of position at the time when Murphy lost the ball.
Pack had fucked off somewhere, isn't he?
Pack was in the opposite half. Well, Ogilvy was in the opposite half, waiting for a ball from Murphy. It never came. Murphy lost the ball, and all of a sudden you've got Ogilvy in the opposite penalty area. Pack was nowhere to be seen. And it was a good finish from whatever his name is. I forget his name, but it was a good finish. But we should never have lost the ball in that position.
No.
And then the ball through was far too easy, and the way he lost. No disrespect to Matthews' first game, he kind of chucked in a little bit as well, wasn't he? Kind of a couple of days after getting off the plane to Australia, he's chucked into a championship game for a start because Atkinson. I think he only got selected on the afternoon as well, didn't he? Because Atkinson was ill. And then he was slightly out of position when he got caught wrong-sided. But
wasn't his fault.
Yeah, like you say, like Tolly says, good finish, really good finish. I thought from their chap.
Yeah,
kind of sat straight down, didn't he? Dinked it over him. Lovely stuff from him. We only really had a couple of half chances though, didn't we? We had that one which played into the box and Bishop kind of swung and missed that. But
one that Ritchie had at the back post, I thought could have done better. I think it was. His eyes lit up and he saw it, and the defender got the challenge in just as he hit it. But I think if he'd have took a little bit of time, he could have brought it round that defender and just slotted it.
Yeah.
But he went for the first time smash, and the defender just blocked him, didn't he?
You'd have thought of all the players, he'd have been the one with a bit of composure as well, wouldn't you? To kind of maybe just take that touch, knock it round the defender. But yeah, he did seem to rush it, didn't he? Just panicked and hit it straight against him. But
yeah,
it is what it is. It's kind of. Sorry, Tolly.
I think Dan was saying we could have played for another 2 hours and not scored. Could have played for another 2 hours and not scored.
Oh yeah, it's never looked like scoring, did we?
No.
But yeah, people were losing their minds after that. There's a lot of calls, a hell of a lot of calls for Mourinho to go, wasn't there? I don't know if you saw it. It's just
I didn't see
absolute
any of it.
breakdown on social
Yeah,
media.
I saw a few. I saw quite a few of those. Yeah.
Which ultimately isn't going to happen. But on to Burnley. I actually thought Burnley was, well, actually before we went on to Burnley, nice to see Shottlesy get a game against Millwall for a few minutes, and then the start against Burnley was nice. It was nice to have two centre backs, wasn't it?
Two real centre backs.
And what a difference it made. If it just looked so much more, what's the word? I don't know. Balanced, I think.
Defendy,
competent.
Yeah.
Non-panicked.
Yeah.
What were the thoughts on the Millwall? What were the thoughts on the Burnley game then? Could have won it, could quite easily have lost it, couldn't we?
Yeah. I thought it was all right. I thought it was good. Good performance. So, we all said we'd be happy with a draw. And we're sort of slightly disappointed that we didn't win. But, I think you can see why they don't concede a lot of goals. But, I thought, I don't want to slag off Burnley too much because they are third in the league and you'd swap with them straight away. But just such a boring team, aren't they? And that's a lot of their fans are saying that as well. I saw over social media they're slagging off their own team. Just very negative team, aren't they? Burnley slowing the play down in the first half.
Not to lose, aren't they, rather than to win?
Yeah,
seems to be the way.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was just against us. I've not watched a lot of them, to be fair, this season, but they didn't really create a lot, did they?
No. Well, someone was saying that when obviously the keeper was taking ages for the goal kicks, and this was midway through the first half, which I thought was strange. And then he went down in the second half, didn't he? When he rubbed his sock against the post or something, wasn't it? He went down, and then a mate of mine was saying that all the players then immediately ran over to Scott Parker, who told them all to do something. So it's all part of the master plan, isn't it? To slow the game down. Yeah.
It would seem. Yeah, I did read a little thing about with James Trafford. Actually, he apparently was having some bants with the front end, which he said was quite interesting.
Compliment though, isn't it? If third in the table come to us and try and slow things down and break up the play, and they're obviously scared, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. He said so. I can't remember exactly what it was. He said it was kind of like a tongue-in-cheek derogatory comment. It's something along the lines of, fans like this obviously aren't used to playing at this level, or something along those lines. Aren't used to watching football at this level. And it's kind of like, it's a bit naughty, isn't it? A little bit unnecessary.
Well, I mean, it's quite a fair point anyway, isn't it? Because the higher you go up the leagues, the more you see the time wasting and the slowing the game down and the gamesmanship. So he has got a point, really.
Yes. He's another reason why you can see why they don't concede many goals, because he made a couple of very good saves, didn't he?
Yeah. Cracking save on Richie's one.
Yeah.
Very brave.
In particular.
In
particular, that one. But we had a couple of chances to score. Obviously, again, Bishop had that chance anyway. He got underneath it and knocked it over the top. Again, a lot of grief for Bishop suddenly, isn't there, on socials? A couple of games we did a few games without a goal, but I don't think it's coincidental that he's come back and our form has changed. So, I know he hasn't scored many goals. What, he got 4? But
well, that's one of the things that I was going to talk about was the abuse that Bishop's got. If the guy's had heart surgery. He shouldn't be playing anyway, really. Nobody expected him to be playing this season. He's come back. Since he came back, we have actually started scoring goals. Yes, he hasn't scored a lot of goals, but he does do that work up front, which creates space for Lang and Murphy. And, he will put himself about, which other players like whoever we had up there, Yengi or Omani, they don't have that same presence that he does. And for the way people have been talking about him this week, saying that he should just get rid of him, he's not good enough. Well, he might not be good enough, but I think we do need to give him a little bit of a break.
think he's earned it, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's earned it.
Oh. you think so,
Ridiculous.
wouldn't you?
It's just
You
the
would.
latest scapegoat though, isn't he, at the moment? And
Yeah.
unless we're winning 3-0 every week, then someone's always going to point the finger
Mm.
at someone, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? It's ridiculous, isn't it? What did you think of Dazzel's save?
I've seen it a couple of times. It's one of those where I couldn't see the. It's difficult to see from one of the angles, the initial shot. The best angle of Dazzel's save is not the angle where you can see the fella strike it in the first place. So you see the ball come into the frame.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those reaction kind of moves, isn't it, to protect yourself? I think he's just trying to protect himself more than anything because it's hit him at a fair whack. I don't know. I mean, where was the ref when that was going on? Because I mean, that's a penalty, isn't it? All day long.
It's a penalty. It's a penalty, and probably he's going to get a second yellow for it, isn't he? If the ref sees it, I don't see how the ref hasn't seen it. To be honest with you, unless the ref is somehow at that similar sort of angle to, like you said first time, or blocked by someone. But surely even the lino's seen that, and I'm obviously pleased because it kind of makes up a little bit for the horrendous decisions against Blackburn a few weeks ago. Well, we clearly should have had a couple of pens, but
it wasn't point blank, was it? It wasn't like he was 2 yards away from him.
No, it's
time to adjust. Yeah, I don't know the rule, but isn't it if it deflects off your thigh upwards or something, then it's kind of not as clear cut as definitely being a handball. And it did obviously hit his thigh and went up, but it hit both his hands as well, didn't it?
Yeah.
But his hands weren't out away from his body, were they? It was like, he was just trying to. I don't know. Maybe that was what the referee saw.
He's trying to bring it into his body. Yeah, he's trying to bring it into his body and fling it out for another attack.
Then he'd fall down onto the floor for a few seconds. What did you think of the lack of the sending off? Because I know we've talked about it a few times on here about how our players don't seem to berate the referee enough, and I think that was just a bang on example. You had the guy
before half time.
Well, it's an easy second yellow to give. So he's broken up the attack. He's just tripped Murphy up. So it's an easy yellow card. There's no argument. But it's just the fact that the only one that does anything is Ogilvy, goes like this, and then the rest of the players just stand there and they don't do anything. And I just think if that's the other way round, if we're playing at Burnley, it's their home ground, all those players would be surrounding that referee saying you've got to send him off. That's a second yellow. Yeah. So I just don't get it.
And it wasn't even subtle, was it? If you look back on the replay as well, he even starts to pull out well in advance, but then steps across him, and then actually steps across him with his hands already out, and then for whatever reason, there's no contact. Well, there's no contact with his face. But he goes down holding his face, doesn't he?
Yeah. This will get me out of it. Oh yeah, it actually did get me out of it. Well done.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping. I quite like it when someone goes down, especially when it's a genuine, like they've been hurt, and then they get up to a red card. Are you feeling alright?
I just don't get it. I just don't get how. I just don't.
And strangely enough, I actually thought, with the exception, clearly he missed a penalty and clearly he missed that red card. But I thought overall, I thought the referee actually had a fairly decent game.
Yeah.
No, okay. Am I on my own there?
Yeah, I think
just
so.
Me. Okay.
I thought, after that he was all right.
He was okay. Yeah, it was terrible though, wasn't it? The whole face, it was so clearly feigning injury as well, wasn't it? It's like, what's happened to your face, mate?
And then he was down for a couple of minutes, and then there was a 1 minute added on. Injury time as well, wasn't it?
Strange.
That makes sense.
Another chance I thought really we should have done better with that in the first half when Richie was put through, and it almost seemed perfect for him as well. It was kind of on his left foot, just needed to open up his body and go across the goalkeeper, didn't he? And he, for some reason, took too long, and then their defender got back and
gave away a goal kick.
Yeah, gave away a goal.
The officials did well.
Yeah, actually, thinking about it, they were terrible. We had our chances. But 0-0, we'll take it when we take it against the top teams. Tough games coming up, though. Sheffield United this week coming up, and we'll be back with a preview of that one later in the week. If you want to get involved, why not like, subscribe? What did you think of the referee? What do you think of Bishop? Do you think he is good enough at this level? Let us know in the comments. We've got by the time this goes out, this probably will be a done deal because it's transfer deadline day that we're recording this. But apparently we're after another young Liverpool player, Cade Gordon, who will be our 6th loanee. Anyone know anything about him?
Cade?
I know that.
Kaide.
The Norwich fans are saying the most positive things about him.
Wow, that's reassuring.
Is this another case though where they're not saying positive things about a player that they've seen play once?
Yeah,
I think he mostly played off the bench for them, didn't he? About 7 or 8 times he played for them. I don't know how many starts, but Liverpool's 2nd youngest ever goal scorer, Cade Gordon.
Liverpool's what?
2nd youngest goal scorer. 17
okay.
years and 47 days or something behind Ben Woodhams. Is it Woodhams? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, apparently he's on the way. The only thing is,
we've got breaking news. Pompey
this
have
breaking
signed.
news.
Is it Jamal Lowe?
But Pompey have signed Ben Killip.
Oh yes, we got him. Killy.
Yeah.
It's over the line.
Well, he's a
Ben
from
Killip.
Barnsley.
Oh, he looks.
He's what, a goalkeeper?
From Barnsley, yeah.
Goalkeeper. Oh, okay. Terrific.
Right.
Let's just sort shit out, shouldn't it?
Yeah,
Ben Killip. Nice one.
Yeah.
Interesting. But at least, yeah, there you go.
I thought he looked a bit hairy to be an outfield player.
The thing with Gordon signing is with 6 loan players, you don't actually have 5 loan players in your match day squads. How does that work? Who do we leave out?
You don't play
or we send someone back. Hey, do I?
You don't play one of them.
Okay.
So who's the loans? So we've got Potts.
So you got Potts, Hayden, Atkinson, Omani, Caden, and
Cade Gordon.
Gordon. And who's the 6th one?
Come on, I read it. I think I've even got a picture of it. Hold on.
I can't think of who the 6th one is actually.
Atkinson, Matthews, Hayden. No, Atkinson, Hayden. Al-Shish.
Oh yeah. The Sunderland lad, French Sunderland lad.
Yeah. Is it?
I think so.
Al-Shish.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm guessing he would be in. Atkinson would be in. Hayden would be in. So I think Gordon. I don't know. I don't really understand.
Gordon or Omani. Omani's still injured at the moment, isn't he? But one of them doesn't play. Bit of a dilemma. You'd think surely Omani goes back now. We've got Waddingham. I don't know. Who's your man of the match against Burnley for Pompey? Chintz.
I said Dazelle.
Yeah, I thought he had probably his best game, didn't he?
Especially after the filthy challenge in the first minute.
That was naughty, actually, wasn't it? It was a naughty challenge. Tolly, who's your man of the match? You going with Dazelle as well, or
didn't watch it, Mike? So I'm afraid I can't vote on that one because
we'll call it.
Murphy got man of the match at the ground, apparently.
Did he?
That's exactly what I said. Did he?
Interesting. I thought Murphy was interesting against. Clearly, he was the most dangerous person against Millwall, but a lot of lacking end product, wasn't there, from Murphy? I thought a couple of decent balls in, but mostly just hit and hope it balls in, weren't they? Not really going anywhere. Anyway, the good thing is we're 3 points clear of the bottom 3, which is something that's kind of we haven't been for a while. Not as good as it could have been, obviously, but with Derby losing 7 in a row now, Luton haven't won in 8, so that's kind of good news. Plymouth got some nice grief off
somehow.
Plymouth got grief off Plymouth fans last week apparently on the pod for calling them dog dirt. But I back that. I'm going to go with that. But they did win their first game in a while this weekend, so maybe I gave them a boost.
Somehow as well. I watched that in bed. I watched that game. Don't know how they won that.
Oh, were they not?
No, just 2 late goals. Yeah.
Oh, right. Fair enough. So it's going to start coming down to how many points we can pick up from away from home. Tough away games coming up.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
But Sheffield
Okay.
United have lost at home to both Cardiff and Hull recently.
That's it. That's what I'm clinging to.
Yeah. Cardiff were on a good run, weren't they? And they got spanked 7-0 by Leeds at the weekend.
Yeah.
7-0. Jesus. Well, that is it from the Pompey Pod for this week. We'll be back later in the week with a preview of the Sheffield United game at Bramall Lane this weekend. Don't forget to like, subscribe, get involved. We are at Pompey Pod on all of the socials. Play at Pompey, and goodbye.
Bye.